I forgot what my plans for the stream were today. I feel like an idiot. But I'm here. Without a brain cell, but I'm still here. Today's plan for the stream is we don't have a plan. Just gonna go for it. Alright. So, welcome back to Minecraft. What was I doing? I have no idea. Any project? I don't know what I was thinking when I made that. Stick boy, get redstone, lamps, lapis. That's just wood forest. I guess it's stick boys. Stick boys. Yes, that's the point today. In hindsight, checking previous streams to see what I had on this would be a smart idea. But I never said I was smart. I did say I was an idiot. So I guess we're gonna be doing villager stuff today. Oh. I don't want to do that. But I will. Let's think. Got some emeralds, got some stuff on me. I believe I don't think I got a cleric yet, did I? I know I have a brewing stand now. Did I give myself a cleric? I did not. Okay. That's also going to be on the plan today. Wait, I hear a... I hear a child. Cut. Come on. Are you kidding me? Bro. Come on. It can't. Oh, how I want to shriek at these men. What are you? Don't go trying to steal my potatoes. So you guys are want to go to sleep. Okay. No, you're not gonna get to sleep. Where did that one take? Go get it. Yes. Okay. Perfect. That's that. Now I gotta go. The other guys. Maybe would it be a good idea to bring this dude over? I don't. I wonder if I could go steal a villager from that other village. I wonder if that would be a good idea. Let's try it. Because the village that I'm going to be having the Fletchers, I've got 2 actual Fletcher guys and 1 nitwit. And that annoys me. It annoys me so. Okay, Strain decided I wanted to reconnect. How kind of it. And this is how it's drowned over there. Interesting. That's I'm gonna get you to the other place. Come with me, child. Really, he got unjobified. You're now unemployed because you wandered too far away from your job. It's good. That's what we want to have happen. You're just like, oh, I want to go home. Please take me home, good sir. We're not taking him home. Well, we are. We're taking him to his new home. A special home. To a new home. Somewhere over there, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So this guy's entire purpose is to have children, basically. But only when I tell him to. Okay, so here we are. You know what? I'm feeling like, do you need repairs? You don't. Cool. Thought I saw a golem that needed repair. Maybe it was just from really far away. That's cool. So I leave in here. Actually, why not just go around? So how do I want to go about this? I could honestly just like make a breeder. Well, no, I should. I need to get him up here and then up to this level. Where's you know, we're gonna bring him around first. Wait, I can't. There's a. We're gonna bring him around this way. And maybe not through that way. What the? Okay. through here. Around here, because I'm lazy. There's stuff over there, good to know. I like stuff. Around this landmass. You're just gonna live right there. Okay. How do I want so that? I guess I bring the other dude and we just build them like a home. Here. I saw a hitbox over there. That's the golem. Mildly paranoid because I have not seen pillagers for. At this point, what is an abnormally long amount of time? And I'm starting to think they're just gonna show up wherever the fuck they want. And I guess they do that anyways, but... Okay, so I got this. That there, you're gonna go there. And those... that... Zayler? Zayler. Welcome to the stream. I can't promise that I will add any discords. Okay, so got a guy here. That's progress. I gotta get the other dude in here. Obviously I'm gonna, well, this guy's a nitwit. I suppose that could be rather problematic. Because the main thing a nitwit's gonna want to do is find a bed when it's night, and I'm not willing to risk my villagers at night. Just really not. Do that. I'll give you a nice roof, I guess. So I gotta figure out how to get that guy over there. From here. Okay, well. No, no. Okay, that's progress. Okay. Just like that, now I've got it over here. Do I have another boat by chance? I don't. I do have one of these, though. Perfect. Get rid of for now. Just need to get him. No, not there. I just need to get him on land. I don't want to risk him getting hurt at all. Get in the boat. Bruh. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfectly. Okay. I'm surprised Iron Golems allow this. They're supposed to protect the villagers, and then they let them be enslaved by these random dudes that just decide they want to exist on this dimension. Okay. Okay. Right. Whichever one of you is the smart one, go. Right. All right. here. Come on. Don't make me waste all these potatoes that I spawned out of nothingness. Stop looking at me. Like what, 21 to start with, I think? No, like 30 or something. Giving you potatoes, do something with them. Oh, I would just take those. Got what you need. You have food, you've got beds. Stay in here, or in this area for a few minutes. I'll check back in later. Right, I could have just... Okay. Hello, Sir Gollum. Anything yet? Because I'm out of potatoes. You guys realize I got some baked ones. Because I'm out of potatoes. Well, I'm bored. I'm gonna have to take a look at what's in the immediate area, just see if there's anything interesting. That I somehow have not noticed. Azalea tree over there, that's interesting. first. I think they're like floating ever so slightly. Ow. Guess I could cut down these trees. Level that guy up, I guess. Actually, do I have? I don't even think I have the other guys up to max. Okay. Just for the second entrance would be helpful. Sell bows now. Cool. Wait, so I can... I feel like this is a bit of a scam. Oh, wait. So I can give him an emerald and 10 gravel, and he'll just give me 10 flint. But if I give him 26 flint, he'll give me 1 emerald. I feel like that should be 2.6 emeralds, maybe. I don't know. Or am I using his service that I suppose he has to turn the gravel into the flint that he's giving back to me, and he gets the profit of 1 emerald. Hermity. Well, anyways. I'm bored. I'm very bored. And disorganized. I forgot what my plans for streaming were today. It's just been one of those days, you know. Like, come back from work and it's been one of those chaotic days where either you fucked up something or someone else fucked up something and you had to basically pick up the mess. That's what I had to deal with. Had to deal with a few messes today that weren't like an actual like spillage of a product. It was just other people, or I guess corporate to some extent, fucked up stuff. I am not going to go into detail about that. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna spend some time just chugging through all these flowers. Need that. Okay, you know what? I'm bored, so I will talk about my job today. So, ever since COVID, a popular things that a lot of stores have these days is a service where you can order your groceries online and basically have them ready for you to just pick up the moment you arrive at the store, right? So, I work at a grocery store. I'm not gonna say which grocery store, but I work at one, and I'm one of those people who shop those orders, right? So basically, I've got this special scanner thing, and on it is a list of orders, and all the items in those orders, and the quantities, and any specific things that the customer wanted, and stuff like that. As well as the time that I have to get it ready by, right? And also like some information about the customer in case we have to contact them if there's some confusion. So, what happened today was, well, no, what happened yesterday is, I guess who was there yesterday night somehow fucked up, like, the simplest thing you could do. So, we just have to, like, get stuff ready for a customer and then bring it out, right? It'll give us approximate times for when we have to get it ready by and when they'll arrive. And we also have a partnership with DoorDash, so sometimes we'll bring this stuff out to a DoorDash driver, and then the DoorDasher will bring it to a customer's residence, right? So, what I don't understand is how there was a DoorDash order for a customer, right? And the DoorDasher arrived to get it, but the order was never brought out. So what ended up happening is the order was just sitting at our store overnight, which included some stuff such as a rotisserie chicken, and at least for our store, if like the chicken has been there for like on the shelf, like available to customers for more than 4 hours, by that point it's not good to be sold, but it can be repurposed into shredded chicken, so it's not total waste. But so rotisserie had been sitting there overnight, so it's very much not good to go to a customer. But somehow the guy who was closing our department last night didn't bring out this customer's order when their DoorDasher had arrived. So what ended up happening was, earlier today when I was at work, the customer ended up calling. I was like, hi, I'm here, or I'd like to come get my order. Do you guys still have that? And I'm like, yeah, of course we have that. It's still in our coolers and freezers. So later the customer arrives, not the DoorDasher, which is what the customer paid to have happen. They paid a DoorDasher. Well, they paid us to get their groceries together, and they paid a DoorDasher to come collect it. So what ended up happening is the customer had to come themselves to collect it instead of a DoorDasher. So I don't know how the fuck you screw that up that badly. And like, it's not like the person would have like been overwhelmed with orders. I was able to check. We're able to pull up like the history of orders for previous days and look at the schedule for when people were supposed to be here. Last night was, in terms of orders at least, was fairly quiet, and the guy that was there until closing, for our department at least, was there until the department closes anyways. Our orders, we have like a limited, like there's this you can only get pickups until like I think 8 o'clock for our store at least. And the guy for our department who fucked this up was there until 8, so I don't understand how you can just do that. Like, and there's another order that he only brought out like part of the order. Like, I don't know how you fuck that up that badly. The one that's basically your only job, or like actually his only job. He just has to bring out the things that the people that he gets paid to bring out. Like, you don't... I just don't get it. And the other mess that I had to... I wasn't dealing with this myself. I was just dealing with the aftermath of it. So, when we shop orders, we have these special carts that have these 6 totes in them. And the totes are all interchangeable. We've got 2 carts with 6 totes for each, plus an additional, like, 12 that we just have as spares, which are useful when customers ask for their orders to not have bags. It's a thing they can do. But we've got all these spare totes, which can be useful for putting things in, which is exactly what some people did. So, apparently, when our store was first being built, or when we first took ownership of it, corporate didn't really want to have to spend much money on basic necessities to keep the store operating. Like, good, like, piping for, like, our coolers and freezers. So, periodically, they go down. We have a few different people who regularly check the temperatures for each cooler and freezer, and I think they're also monitored remotely, and corporate can call us if their sensors detect one of our freezers isn't at the temperature it's supposed to be. But anyways, a bunch of our freezers went down. They went down earlier this week as well, but we got that fixed. But then they went down again, or at least last night. And so you got all that product, right, that's in a freezer that is warmer than it's supposed to be. And in this case, the products were ice cream. So all that ice cream was gonna melt and become unsellable, basically. We wouldn't be able to sell any of that ice cream. So what ended up happening, and this is what usually happens when a cooler or freezer goes down, all of the items on the affected coolers or freezers get taken off the shelves, right? And then they get shoved into the coolers or freezers that we have out back, which is what we use to store the stuff before we stock it, like once it's arrived, but we haven't had time to stock it, right? So we just shoved all of the ice cream into those freezers, so we can at least keep the products safe, so we can sell them later, right? That makes sense. Thing is, they use, like, 2/3 of our totes to do that. Maybe not 2/3, but at least, like, 3/5 of the totes that my department had for our stuff. So, like, I'm wondering, like, where all the totes are, and then I see, one of our bakery employees open the door to the bakery freezer, and I just see, sitting in there on a U-boat, is all of our totes, and they're just packed full of ice cream, basically, just sitting in there. And I'm like, oh, so that's where that went. So then later I'm talking with the other shopper that I'm with for the day, and I do a count, and we have a total of 12 totes, which is not exactly ideal. It's enough to fully fill one of the carts. And granted, for most orders, we only need 2 to 3, sometimes 4. Because the totes we use, when we need it, so we'll, like, when we get the item for an order, we put them in a tote, right? The only times we need more totes are if we have multiple different types of items that want different temperature zones, like stuff that just is happy sitting at a room temperature shelf, something that wants to, like a rotisserie chicken that wants to be in a warmer, or like something like ice cream that wants to be in a freezer, or like milk and cheese, or maybe like carrots or something that all want to be in a refrigerator. We use different totes for different temperature zones, as we call them, right? And So, like, 6 totes is enough to fully fill one cart. That's plenty. The other cart had 4 totes, which is, again, enough. It'll work. And we had 2 totes in this other special cart, which is what we use to bring orders out from our little area out back in the store to the customers in the parking lot or DoorDashers in the building, right? So it was just barely enough to function. Until we got like 3 or 4 bagless orders. So customers, when they order stuff, they can choose to have us bag it, in which case we charge like, I think 10 cents a bag. It's like a legal law thing that we do that. Or they could choose to have them not bagged, in which case we will bag when we just leave them in the tote and we bring them out to the tote, the shopper and the customer bag them themselves, right? The problem there is, with only 12 totes, when we got bagless orders, that means we didn't have enough totes to go around. Because, if a tote is being used by a bagless order, we have to, like, physically put that tote on the shelves, like the storage shelves, or in our coolers and freezers, right? And once more, those totes, they all have barcodes on them, which we need to scan. It's like step 1 of our job that we have to scan to register that we have collected the item. If a tote is being used for a bagless order, that tote cannot be reassigned to another order until that order goes out. Normally, if we finish bagging an order and start another one, the moment we scan one of the totes, it'll be like, are you sure you want to reassign this tote to another order? And we always say yes, because of course we do, right? So that left us in a predicament where we were having like a few bagless orders come in, and we started to run out of totes. So I ask, naturally, if we had any more. And my coworker goes, yeah, we have some outside, out back of the building, apparently. So I go to check, and I don't find them at first. Later, as I'm about to come back in to say, like, hey, I couldn't find them, I see our store director coming outside to do whatever it is she was doing out there. I'm like, hey, I heard that we have more of these totes out here. Do you know where those are? And she, like, just points next to the giant trash can thing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that'll do it. So saying there is a stack of 6 totes. It's not enough, but it gets us through our immediate predicament of having bagless orders and not having enough totes. Problem is, they've been outside for God knows how long. But anyways, I take 2 totes off that stack, and when I bring them in, they're like pretty dirty, so I, without telling them, steal a sanitizer from the produce department and just sanitize it down and wipe it down to get rid of the dirt, make it safe to put stuff in, then I put the sanitizer back. I've got 2 totes that I'm able to use to do my job. And that's fine until later, when my coworker leaves, it's just me, right? So I was able to take the spare totes from my coworker's cart to use for my cart when I had used my other totes for bagless orders. But we later had another person come in, so this wasn't going to be enough. So I brought the entire stack, or the other 4 totes from outside, in. And I sanitized 3 of them down, and I was about to sanitize the 4th one, but then I noticed that one had like a bunch of like dirt and leaves and stuff, and it was on the bottom, and it'd take more than just a simple sanitizer bottle to make it remotely safe to put food in. So I don't sanitize that one, I just leave it to the side and later just leave it outside. Because I'll be back there tomorrow with my direct manager, and I'll be able to ask him about it. But anyways, get some toast. I'm able to finish my shift. We all have a good time, or good-ish time. And throughout the day, I'm seeing multiple like contracted workers in the building, like some of them are even on top of the freezers. And there's this like next to our freezer out back for our orders, or our online orders, we have there's this like ladder that just goes up into what I call the attic, because it's basically this elevated area that has a lot of like our piping and wiring, like the heater and cooling systems, and a lot of guys are going in and up that all day. So they're definitely working on the freezer issues, and one of the produce coolers in like the opposite corner of the store also went down for some reason. So we had like no cut fruit or anything. But these guys are just working here like all day basically. And by the time I finish my 7-hour shift, they still aren't, like the freezers still aren't back. Like, normally when this happens, the guys fix it and get to a point where we can, like, start putting stuff back on the shelves. And like in that event, we'd be able to get some more of our totes back. But that didn't end up happening. So I don't know what they're doing. And this whole mess that I just described is because corporate doesn't like to spend money to do like proper future-proofing on our necessary systems like that. Like I think there's some well, I think the only one that has proper future-proofing is like some auxiliary power or backup power, especially for the registers. I don't think the light fixtures in the ceiling are affected by that, but the corporate doesn't seem to want to. They aren't willing to spend the necessary money to make it so stuff like this doesn't happen, and then we keep having to contract out repair guys to come in and fix the problem every time, and this happens at least like once a month. And I would feel like after a while, all of these maintenance costs would add up to the point where someone in corporate would just say, fuck it, let's future-proof things on this store and maybe other stores. It's gotten to the point where I almost know some of the handymen, like, almost like, not quite personally, but I recognize them every time they come in, and they recognize me. I'm like, hey man, how goes? You know, so I think after being called in a million times, stuff would get fixed. But anyways, this gentleman, he is perfect. So we're gonna bring him over there. I did okay. I mean, like, is it that much of like a leap in logic to assume that if something, or a few very specific things that are like they're consistently breaking or not doing what they're supposed to, and it's like the same reason that's causing those things to break each time. If that's happening, and each time you have to spend money to get other guys to come fix it, if that's happening, I assume at some point the cost of hiring those guys to come fix the problem would eventually begin to outweigh the cost to get a proper solution put in place. Yeah? Like that's not a crazy idea, is it? Because I mean, we've got these guys in here, like, I don't know how customers don't mistake them for actual employees. Like, they're here that often. I have a brewing stand somewhere, don't I? Yes. Perfect. So, like, if we're having problems, the same problems, so frequently, and we have to spend a lot of money each time to fix it, why can't we just spend one chunk of money to get a permanent solution for the problem? And I get that, like, the exact goings-on is a bit above my pay grade. I get that. But I've even heard some of these guys say that they're gonna install some new part or something that should fix the whole thing. Just like installing a new thing that will cost a bit to acquire, but once it's in place, it should hopefully fix the problem. Like, I've heard a guy say that a couple of times now. So I don't understand why that thing isn't happening, because newsflash corporate, but the problem is still very much present. But anyways, villagers. Ah, yes, redstone. And lapis. Ooh, a gold farm would be perfect for this guy. I can get my hands on one. That's 3. It's kind of 12. What's 12 times 4? 48. Okay, well. At the very least, I've gotten some of the things I wanted to get today, which was redstone for upgrading, or for getting a dispenser so I can upgrade farm, and lapis for enchanting. Okay, let's see where this gets me. But I just like consider this problem, but in Minecraft. You have diamond tools, right? That are good. Like, maybe they've got a couple enchantments. Like, say you've got a diamond pickaxe that's got, like, Fortune 3 on it, right? Or Silk Touch and Efficiency 5. Like, a really good pickaxe that's getting you a lot of mileage, but it keeps... Actually, not even enchanted, right? But it keeps... You use it so much, and it's so valuable, that it keeps getting low on durability, right? So you have to spend diamonds to repair it, right? And let's say if it's enchanted, it somehow keeps the enchantments. Eventually, at some point, it's going to be more trouble to keep going and finding new diamonds to spend on repairing the pickaxe than it would be to try to enchant it with Unbreaking 3 or Mending. Like, just those two things and even a half-decent experience farm, or if it's a Fortune 3 pickaxe that you're using, like, coal, it will just fix itself. Just even, like, a little bit of EXP would fix that, you know, and then you've just got a tool that you can have forever. So, I don't understand why the same train of thought can't be applied to coolers and freezers that we know go down, like, all the time. I'm also going to take this moment to check. Trade. I got the Ender Pearl trade I wanted. I'll leave it at that. Listen will be cool to play with, though. But I don't understand why it's so... The corporate doesn't want to do that. And then they complain that we're overspending on labor costs. I wonder if some of those labor costs are from paying guys that don't even work, that aren't even direct employees of our company, to come fix our shit every time it breaks. But whatever, far be it for me to question our corporate overlords. I'm going to take these, I think. We're gonna try to get a better enchantment on them. Right, it's down here. Prop 4. Yes, please. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Now all I need is like a mending book. Wait. I got me an idea. Oh, also, did I? No. Did I? God. Come on. Come on. Bro. I swear I need a better system for getting these guys out. Come on. Oh, you fool. Okay. What was I doing right? This. I need 9. Are you? Oh. That way I'd need 21 emeralds. Not a bad bargain. Okay. I'm starting to get really concerned. Wait. Pillagers should have shown up by now, I feel. So given that there's none at all here, I'm admittedly starting to worry a smidgen. Let's see, so, oops, nope. Now I want to think about, I will try the chest plate. See if there's something else good I can get. Blast prod, projectile. So in situations like these, best thing to do is to get some books and just enchant one that's the lowest enchantment. 4 fire protection. Now try it. Freaking 3. Bro! What? And then why not book? There's 2. I'll take it. Oh my god. Heckin' yes. I'm not gonna chant it. Right now, I don't think. Could I just use like half the lapis I had almost? I am, however. I had a bow. No, well, that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to make a bow. Then I need approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A dispenser. Dispenser. The next zombies for the iron fire. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully I won't have to do any additional spot proofing here because that's going to be a pain. I know I looked at my feet. Pain. Yes. Bye bye. So yeah. I'm honestly considering ending this stream early. I might. I don't know. Maybe. Actually, I'll spend some time looking at the to-do lists. So next stream, I'm going to upgrade my armor. I'm also going to work a bit more on that eventually. I composted all of the flowers. Exit iron from get redstone and lapis. I did that. I did that. I was productive. Yeah, I think I have an idea for the next long stream. Oops. We're gonna get leather. A lot of leather. Because I want a lot of books. And also maps or something else. Which means something's gonna happen with you guys. That said, there's one thing I want to do right now. So personally, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm personally more of an axe person for combat. That's not what I wanted. But I do acknowledge that swords can get looting. This one unfortunately didn't. But that's fine. So yeah, actually, box there. This would probably get mending on. Well, maybe not. So I'm also going to make a note to acquire a looting enchantment. I think honestly the two best ways to do that, which I also have at my disposal right now, are to enchant either swords or books right there, or go fishing. And fishing would also replenish levels, which is good. I'm also going to add a thing here, because this is something I've been putting off, admittedly. But I want to get this done eventually. I do have every intention of trying to beat the game. But I'm going to do it my way. Yeah, we're going to make preparations to venture into the Nether. What is this going to look like, you might ask? It's going to look like better gear, better equipment, a lot of cobblestone, a really high amount of cobblestone, a lot of torches. Yeah, I'm gonna conquer the Nether. I'm gonna do it my way. And at most, there's a couple things I need or want. First is obviously access to some basic Nether supplies, such as potentially the Nether woods. Also gold. Get a lot of gold there. Quartz. Big one is nether wart. Because I want to have the option to do stuff with potions. I don't usually do stuff with potions. That's partially because, for me at least, nether wart is a pain in the ass to come across. I want to do that. I do want to get my hands on blaze rods. I don't have any need of endermen now that I have a villager that will sell me ender pearls. But a source of blaze rods is going to be helpful. Potentially might be worth making a blaze farm. for, again, potions. The other thing that I want to make is an EXP farm in the Nether. I'm going to start with a really simple one, but then after that, I'm going to bust onto the Nether roof, set up like a portal there, maybe break some bedrock, who knows. I'm going to bust my way onto the Nether roof, and from there, I'm going to build a really big EXP farm. That might be worth its own portal, I don't know yet. But once I do have that, that'll give me some more resources for building. Could maybe start the netherite grind. I do plan on netheriting my armor. It's not going to be for, like, forever. Hold on. Forever. But it'll happen. Eventually. I do also want to get an elytra. Because I don't have it installed yet. I'm holding off on adding it to this world until I beat the end. Or beat the Ender Dragon, because I feel like it'd be more of a reward. There is a thing that I have on this server. Or not server, world. That would allow me to combine an elytra with a chest plate and keep the... So I'd have the flight of the elytra and look like an elytra, but it'd have the stats of whatever chest plate I'm using. And the enchantment, so I can have an elytra that has Prot 4 and Thorns 3 on it. And of course, Mending and Unbreaking 3. And it'd function in terms of durability like how you think it would. If I get hit, it's going to take a little bit of durability. If I'm flying, that's going to use durability. And how it works is I can use this is all from Vanilla Tweaks, by the way. I take the elytra and the chestplate, and I combine them using an anvil. I don't combine them in the anvil, though. I combine them on top. I, quite literally throw the items on and just combines them. And to separate them, you just throw them onto a grindstone. Not in, on. And it seamlessly separates them. Enchantments are kept. I don't know what it does for durability when combining and recombining, but it means that it might not be super, well, no, it would be worth it to max out this chestplate, so then I have the stats for when I actually get the elytra. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna call it here for the night. Plan for next stream is upgrade armor, get some more stick boys. It's raining. Yeah. I think project I think I'm gonna try to get most of this base done before the end. A bit more before the Nether, at least, but a lot of it done before I get to the end. I also really want to get my hands on a trident so I can just fling myself out this window. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for now. So I am gonna catch you all in the next stream. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your night, evening, morning, afternoon, midday, midnight. Any other times I'm forgetting? I don't think so. But I hope you have a nice rest of your insert time of day here. Next stream probably gonna be tomorrow. No guarantees, but probably. Friendly reminder that I have a YouTube channel where you can watch all of the VODs for my streams. So more than welcome, any viewers that I have after the stream are more than welcome to tune in live. But consider checking out the YouTube if you like what you see. Drop a follow or a sub. I know you've probably heard this a lot, but it is, if you're not someone who does content creation, like if you're just like a viewer on YouTube or Twitch, it's kind of hard, at least for YouTube at least, to describe how helpful a simple subscription or follow is, right? And for those who are on Twitch, I'm not going to ask for Twitch Prime. Do that if you really like the idiot, but I will by no means ask for it. I don't feel like that type of person. I'm also not a person with much of an audience, if I have any audience, but just the simple follow would be greatly appreciated. But anyways, that's enough wasting your time. I hope you all have a nice rest of insert time of day here, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.